What's up, boss babes? It's your girl, the Ebony B, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how I installed my very first Unice wig. This is a curly HD 13x4 frontal wig, y'all, and I'm just about to show y'all. All right, so it came in this cute little red box, and you know, most of the vendors send little gifts and stuff like that, so they sent me this cute little silk scarf that I use to lay my edges down, and they also sent lashes. They also sent a wig band, a necklace, a wig cap. I love when they send the wig caps because that means your girl ain't gotta go to the beauty supply, because I got everything I need right there in the box, so that's always a plus. And the necklace I just gave to my daughter. All right, so this is what the wig looks like off of my head. It's very, very curly. This is like one of my favorite textures to wear. And like I said, it's HD lace. It's a frontal wig, so it's not full lace. And yeah, it's really full. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bleach my knots. This is optional. Some people don't do that. I'm going to bleach mine just because I don't like the black knots at the top. So I'm going to use my quick blue powder, and I'm going to use the 40 developer, just one scoop because it's just the frontal. And I'm really not going to go all across the frontal neither. I'm just going to do the main parts where I part my hair, because I feel like it preserves the wig when you don't bleach the knots all over. So it's really not necessary neither, as long as you can, you know, put you some foundation and blend those knots out, and, you know, wear a cap underneath, you're good. So you really don't need to do all that. So this is me mixing it up. I'm going to get into a nice, not too thick consistency, but just thick enough, like a paste. So basically like pancake mix. You want it to look like that. So I'm just mixing it up with my perm brush, and then I'm going to put it onto the frontal. All right, so this is me applying the bleach solution that I made onto the lace. And I'm not brushing too hard because I don't want the bleach to seep through and get all the way on the hair. I just want the knots. And sometimes it will do that anyway. But if you do accidentally bleach the hair and it's really bronze where you can see it, you can just go in with, like, I use stuff like, I done got real ghetto, don't judge me. I done got a Sharpie and went in there. I fixed it with mascara. That's the best way to fix it to me, because it's a brush, you know, applicator made for hair. So just put you some mascara on there if you mess up. But yeah, I'm just going really light, spreading it across where I want the bleach to be at. And yeah, I'm just going to let it sit. It's 40 developer, and the lace is not really big, so I didn't use any foil paper, but you can. It just speeds up the process. So I let it sit maybe about, I'm going to say a good 30 minutes, and it still hadn't gone all the way through the hair, and it did just exactly what I wanted it to do. So that's just a close-up so y'all can see. Just a real thin layer, nothing too crazy. Don't apply too much pressure. All right, so I was trying to show you guys the knots. You can't really see it, but I'm going to show y'all once I rinse it off how you can actually see that they changed colors. They're not completely black. And I am dark skinned, so I don't really need, you know, I don't need my knots to be too light. So I use neutralizing shampoo because you want the bleach to stop processing. If you do not wash this bleach out with neutralizing shampoo, it's gonna continue to bleach and it's gonna shed like crazy. So I don't know if you guys saw right then and there where well, you can see now that the knots are brown. That's what I want. So I'm just gonna go in and make sure I get all the bleach residue out of the knots so that my hair stays strong and doesn't start breaking off. right, so now that I got the bleach out, I'm going to just take my Tresemme shampoo for curly hair, and I'm going to wash the whole wig. I didn't really have to condition it, and I'm going to tell you guys why at the end. Because I'll just tell you now, I actually just use, to get that wet look all day long, I use water and conditioner in the hair to actually style it and keep it cute and, you know, hydrated looking. Because who finna walk around with a dry ass wig on their head? Not me. All right, so I'm just showing you, and say hey to Tootie. That's my best friend right there. So yeah, the wig came out really, really smooth and silky after I washed it. So now I'm just going to apply my bald cap. And yes, I'm pulling it all the way down on my eyes because I don't want it to slide back as the glue gets old. So I'm just cutting out my eye hole so I can see. I don't know why I kept these lashes on. Just don't even mind me. And it doesn't matter that you have runs in your stocking cap because you're going to glue it down anyway. So I'm going to take my Got To Be spray, and I'm going to go around my actual hairline and make sure that I'm able to secure it with the spray first. And then once I'm done with the spray, then I'm going to glue it down and actually blend the cap to my skin color. Okay, so right here I'm just blow drying it. I know you guys kind of see the spray kind of dripping down. It doesn't matter because I'm going to cut off the excess part of the cap that I don't want. And I'd rather it, you know, be stuck for real than for me to have to go in and try to hold it down and then mess up the cap and then got to start over with a whole new cap. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Just try not to get it too messy, but get it right above and right on top of your hairline so it sticks. The reason why we do this is because you don't want to glue your wig on top of your hairline because you will go bald. And I ain't trying to do that. I want to have my edges, period. Okay, so right here, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut a hole through the ear so that it can stick behind my ear part as well. I'm going to do that on both sides. And then I'm also going to just go ahead and clip where it needs to be cut on top of that. All right, so I'm just pulling my little bitty elf ears out. And then I'm going to start cutting the excess cap. And remember where I said, you see how it's kind of going down a little far on my forehead? I'm big forehead gang, so it don't matter anyway. But big forehead, stand up, period, represent for the culture. Anyway, I'm just playing y'all. But so I'm just going to cut around where it's stuck to my head. And then once I get all the excess cap, then I'll go in and glue it down. Okay, so right here you guys are going to see me pull out some needle and thread because I want to make sure that cap does not go anywhere. And if you wear wigs, you know that sometimes that cap just got a mind of its own as soon as it starts getting a little old and stuff. So I'm just going to sew it down through the braids, nothing too fancy, just a quick little 1-2 stitch. And then I'm just going to cut off the thread, and then I'm going to tie it and cut the excess thread that's hanging. Okay, so here's where I was talking about cutting off the excess cap where it's just a little bit too far down on my forehead. So I'm just pulling it up lightly. It's not on my hair, so it's not gonna snag, any hair or anything like that. So I'm just pulling it up, and then I'm gonna cut the parts off that I do not want. And yeah, real simple. Be careful with the scissors, and then too, if it's a little too dry and too stuck on your skin, just use a little, just damp your fingers with water, because I'm gonna end up having to do that on my sideburns, because yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna glue down the cap. So this is going right around the edge of the cap where I cut. And I'm gonna smooth it down with a rat tail comb that I don't use. You can use whatever you want to use. I rather not use my fingers because I hate getting that stuff all stuck on me. And I'm gonna go all the way down. I know you don't see it yet, but I'm gonna do my sideburns as well. I'm gonna have to cut some of that excess sideburn because I went down too low. I don't know who I thought I was, Elvis Presley or what. All right, so I'm gonna blow dry it on cool and fast so that it'll just go ahead and dry, because I hate this part of the process. I feel like that glue just takes so long. But yeah, I'm just gonna glue it down. I'm blow drying it so it'll hurry up and dry. And yeah. Alright, so next I'm going to be putting some of my Fenty foundation that I usually use for makeup, and I'm going to put that all around the cap so it'll be my skin color, because that cap is not the color of my skin. But if I don't have a stocking cap, like actual pantyhose to use, I'll just use the wig cap that they give me, or I'll go and buy a wig cap the same color, like a nude color. That way I can kind of change it to whatever shade that I want it to be. So yeah, I'm just getting that all over the cap. It doesn't irritate me or make my scalp itch or anything like that. So yeah. And then if you have excess glue, you just want to clean that up. You can use an alcohol swab. I say alcohol, girl, the ghetto. So, but I didn't have a whole lot all over the place. So now I'm getting ready to put the wig on. I just want to show y'all what the lace actually looks like on my skin with no product on it. Like, that's how you want a lace to look. You can barely see that. So shout out to Unice wigs, because yeah, it was true to what y'all said it was, HD. All right, so now I'm going to put my wig on. I just want to see, how I placed it. I want to make sure the hairline is lining up, because, baby, I have glued a wig down the wrong way, and I was so mad. I was pissed off. But I want to talk to you guys about this too. Don't feel pressure to pluck y'all wigs. I know y'all probably be seeing Arrogant Tay and Ari and Jada and all them, and they, lace just be popping, just be, super realistic looking. But remember that those people get their hair done all the time, like almost every other day. You know what I'm saying? You want your wigs to last. So I'm not going to pluck this wig very much. I'm going to go very, very light, because the older the frontal gets, it's going to start shedding anyway. So I rather have it more full in the beginning and then gradually shed, than to pluck the life out of it and then I have to replace the whole wig. This is a wig, it's not cheap. Y'all know Unice Hair is not cheap. So yeah, don't feel pressured to pluck. Just do, the bare minimum that you need to do and make it last. Get your money's worth, honey. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put the glue on right above the line where the wig cap is, and a little bit on my skin, because I'm going to glue it right there, like right at the top. So it's not on my hairline again, and I won't be losing any of my edges, because I'm good to go. I'm secure, honey. I'm safe. And one more thing, I actually went in with 2 or 3 layers of the glue. So you're going to see me do that. I don't wait until it gets all the way dry or like almost clear. I don't do that, because I find that, like, say for instance, when you glue something on paper, If you wait until that glue is almost dry, it's going to be clumpy when you try to glue it down. So I don't know if it's just me or the glue that I'm using, but it just does a better, I have a better outcome if I just go ahead and put the second and third layer on top of what's already drying, if that makes sense. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all do it that way, or do y'all wait until it's tacky and then you go ahead and do it again? So yeah. All right, so I'm about to go ahead and pull my wig down and lay it. I know you probably see that it's still a little white, but trust me, I'm finna finesse the hell out of that. You're not even gonna be able to tell, and you can't tell even today. It's just gonna be drying because I'm gonna go in with my blow dryer and actually dry it some more. So yeah, we're gonna be good. But if that makes you uncomfortable, just wait until it's all the way clear. I used to do that, and then for some reason it would be too dry by the time I put it down, and then I would have to go in with another layer. So I'm just figuring out what's working for me, what's gonna work for me. So it might help you, especially if you're a beginner, to just, kind of do what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm just placing it where it needs to go, and I'm using my fingers to smooth it down where the glue is to make sure it's stuck. And then once you get it down to where you want it, you can just go ahead and put like an elastic band or some type of headband around your edges. That way it's really, really laid down, because you're not supposed to even try to style it until it's at least been set in place for a good 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes. So I'm going to do that off camera. But yeah, this is me just placing it where I need to place it. If you need more glue in certain areas, you'll be able to see that once you cut the lace off. Okay, so this is me blow drying it like I was saying. I know y'all saw that little white spot right there on that side. So yeah, I'm just going to be using my blow dryer on cool. Actually, no, it wasn't on cool. This time it was a little warm. That way it'll go ahead and dry. But you don't want it to be on hot, because I heard that it could make you have like air pockets in the glue, and then it won't stick as long. So right now I'm just pulling out the baby hairs that I want to use. This is like a hard part for me. Like, I don't know why, but I never get my baby hairs exactly how I want them until like the next day. It's like I gotta sleep on it. I don't know what it is, y'all, but I just be having to just take a break because I be doing too much at one time. So I'm cutting the lace off. Excuse me, guys. I'm cutting the lace off, and then I'm not going straight across like blunt cutting it. I'm kind of going like in a zigzag motion, but I'm not leaving lace where you can actually see it, because yeah, what's the point of that? And then plus, when you style your baby hairs, you don't want them to stick to the lace and then glue start coming up and you got white spots and stuff like that. So I'm cutting as much lace as I can off because it is laid and in place. Okay, so right there on the sideburns is where I had like some excess cap. Well, not cap. I already cut the excess cap off, but some excess lace. So I'm just going to cut that off. And where it's not sticking at, I'm going to go in on that side because it's a very little piece. I'm going to go in with my Got To Be spray and spray it down on a cool setting so it doesn't dry white. You do not want flakes when you use Got To Be. So I'm doing that, and then Also on the other side, it's going to be a little up on the edges on the sideburns as well. So on that side, it was more. So I'm actually going to use the lace glue to glue that down, and then you'll see me blow drying to get it to dry a little faster, so I'm not just sitting there waiting on it to dry. But yeah, right there is where I'm pulling it. I'm gonna have to put some more glue because it just wasn't sticking, y'all. All right, so here's where I start to pluck a little bit. I just want to get a little bit of the hair. I really didn't even do too much, like barely plucking it. But as you can see, it's not, very, very thinned out, and it's going to stay that way. And I feel like I'll be able to get multiple wears. I better get multiple wears, all the money I pay. I think this wig was like $420 something for the 24-inch, if I'm not mistaken. But it is HD lace though, so that is why it's that expensive. But I like to keep my hair put up, y'all. So it's worth the money for me. And yeah, I literally will go a whole 6 months and not see my natural hair. So I can spend that kind of money on hair because I'm getting my money's worth. But yes, I'm just plucking the sides a little bit. It's up to your discretion. You can do this off of your head. You can, put it on a mannequin head and do what you want to do to it, and then put it on. It's up to you how you want to do it. So I'm just cutting the edges, and I'm not doing a blunt cut. I'm just kind of like going, like teasing it, because I don't want them to be like super straight across when I'm styling my edges. So, and you don't have to have, crazy edges. You don't have to have edges all the way across. This is solely what looks good on your head, what you like. And also I use the Nairobi foam. I like that because it really sets it in place. It's not just making it curl up. It sets it in place. And then I also use Got To Be, because that makes your edges stay. Like I can go days without touching my edges again. So right here is where I'm struggling, trying to figure out how I want to do my edges. I'm, just cutting and brushing and cutting and brushing. Just go and go and go until you figure it out. But a few seconds ago, you guys saw me pull out my my little flat iron, my little tiny flat iron. That's perfect for edges if you want to just give it a little bump, and then that way it'll curl the way you want it to curl when you start brushing it. But yeah. All right, y'all, so my camera actually died, and I didn't have my other battery charged, so I ended up having to just sleep on it. And like I said, it be coming out way better the next day for me. And plus I saw Certified Touch had did Kiana's hair, and I love the way she does her edges. So I was like, let me do one of them little swoopty loops that she be doing. So this is me cutting out some more baby hair. And I honestly don't even have it like that anymore, y'all. Like I'll switch up my baby hairs as often, just all the time, just because sometimes I just be feeling like I be doing too much. Just being 100% transparent. But they were fine before, but you know, I'm just doing this so you guys can see, you know, how you achieve certain looks with your baby hairs. So now what I'm doing is I am getting ready to lay it down with my hot comb. And I don't have one of those fancy hot combs. I really need to buy one because I feel like I would get a better outcome. But yeah, I'm laying my hair down just because I don't want it to be too Humpty Dumpty at the top. Don't go too far down because you don't want to straighten the curls where you don't want it to be straight. So just right at the top of your head. Just go down and do it how you want to do it. So yeah, I got that old school hot comb, y'all, but it is the one that plugs in. It's just not one of the super expensive ones. And I'm not sure if you guys already saw I used the beeswax to lay it down. You can use a wax stick as well. I couldn't find mine, so beeswax was the next best thing. And I'm laying my hair down. Well, I laid it down, and now I'm gonna get my curls to pop. So I use my Aussie conditioner. It's like $4 or $5 at Walmart with one of those good spray bottles, the ones that spray out like Febreze. You can get those from the beauty supply. And yeah, that's all I'm doing to get my hair to look juicy and curly and not super puffy and dry. Alright, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, y'all. This is just me and how I do my thing, you know? And I'm going to be doing more, hopefully really soon. So let me know what you guys think. I love the wig. And it's actually really long for 24 inches, but I'm also 5'2". Alright, you guys, so that's it for this tutorial. Here is the finished product. And I don't know if you can see my back, but this is 24 inches on me. I'm 5'2", so imagine if I would have got the 26 inches, it would have been way longer. But the only thing I can say about it being a frontal wig, there's not really a lot of frontal to play with at the top, so you're really kind of stuck with, I mean, you could pull it up if you wanted to, but you don't have enough hair to play with because there's tracks in there. So I still like it because I typically like to just wear my wavy hair, my curly hair down anyway, so it's fine with me. But yeah, I mean, the hair is soft, it's very thick. This is just 150 density, so it's a lot of hair in my opinion, but very soft, doesn't shed a whole lot, you know, average shedding. Great quality hair. I give it a 10 out of 10. Make sure y'all go shop. I'm not paid for this. I'm not being paid for this, you know, but click the link in the bio. Go shop. Spend your money. They got Afterpay, all that stuff. If you ain't got the coins, you can, you know, pay in installments. Who wouldn't do that? Who wouldn't want to do that? Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate your support. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell, send everybody our way. My way, actually. Tell them I'm the next up and I'm the best up. And that's on Boss Babe Gang. Alright, until next time.